Greetings and welcome to our channel. Reflecting on humanity's past, the first images that might come to mind are those of prophets and monumental battles recounted in the Bible. Yet, have you ever considered the ancient tales erased by time that unveil secrets of an untold era? Among the most fascinating is the legend of the Nephilim, giants born from forbidden relationships between fallen angels and humans. These beings symbolize the intersection of divinity and humanity while revealing enigmatic clashes between good and evil, where divine might and human fear collide in fierce struggles. The Nephilim serve both as a warning against breaching natural limits and as a testament to the diversity and enigma of ancient civilizations. Some researchers point to the Book of Enoch, an ancient text excluded from the Bible, as a key source of Nephilim stories. Despite its exclusion, it has significantly influenced cultures and beliefs over centuries. Come along with us to uncover the secrets and messages hidden in these ancient legends. Be sure to subscribe to stay updated with the most fascinating and mysterious tales from the ancient world. Giants in mythology, led by characters such as Hoya and Maui, were powerful yet conflicted beings. Though not inherently malicious, their actions, ranging from unrestrained resource consumption to preying on humans, brought chaos to their world. These entities represent ethical quandaries, reminding us of the perils when strength surpasses control. Documentation of the Nephilim and giants has been preserved across generations through sources like the Dead Sea Scrolls and Manichaean texts. These writings offer insight into the balance between power and ethical responsibility. Nevertheless, their removal from mainstream historical accounts remains a mystery. In 1947, a shepherd stumbled upon a cave near the Dead Sea, where fragments of ancient texts about giants were hidden, referenced in this book. The scrolls, traced back to the 2nd and 3rd centuries BCE, tell tales of mythical realms and struggles involving angels and humans. They are more than legends. They explore themes of ethics and strength. Marginalized from mainstream knowledge, the book became a repository of hidden wisdom, revealing ancient secrets to those determined to uncover them. These millennia-old manuscripts, regarded as priceless treasures, are preserved in Qumran, a desolate region seemingly abandoned by time, ensuring their endurance until now. The scrolls contribute to reconstructing Jewish history and unveiling new dimensions of ancient spirituality and theology. They invite reflection on how sacred texts were preserved over ages within Qumran's mysterious environment. This fosters a deeper understanding of the interplay between culture and religion in antiquity. Apart from canonical writings, Qumran's caves house enigmatic manuscripts that challenge traditional historical and religious narratives. Texts such as the Community Rule and the War Scroll provide an intimate glimpse into the lives of an ancient religious group, recording their customs, ceremonies, and beliefs. The Community Rule? A significant document outlines moral and disciplinary codes emphasizing purity and unity, as though the group existed in isolation from the broader society. On the other hand, the War Scroll envisions an impending clash between forces of light and darkness, a metaphorical war symbolizing purification and heralding a new age of faith and justice. These discoveries not only illuminate the life of a secluded and devoted community, but also provoke questions about the origins and development of sacred beliefs, demonstrating their dedication to safeguarding and transmitting knowledge over centuries. Hidden within the diversity of ancient texts is a manuscript rarely known, containing a powerful and meaningful story, akin to a precious gem buried beneath the sands of time. This narrative extends our knowledge of ancient perspectives while uncovering unexplored dimensions, enabling us to understand more deeply their spiritual experiences. Unlike conventional classical works, this manuscript unfolds an exceptional story, rich in mysticism and shedding light on ancient psychology and belief systems. It offers not just contemplations, but also conveys spiritual ideals and ancient ways of life, showcasing their pursuit of truth and a deeper comprehension of existence. The story illuminates how ancient humans approached issues of faith, ethics, and life's purpose. Thus, it enhances our spiritual historical perspective while broadening insights into how ancient cultures shaped their convictions and ideals. Picture a realm where divine and human realms intertwine, where enormous beings stride among humans, witnesses to an age of turmoil and shadow. Such is the vision portrayed in the enigmatic ancient manuscript about giants, a domain ruled by power and despair, testing humanity's delicate balance. As described in the manuscript, these giants were born of a forbidden bond between fallen angels and earthly women. Their unnatural lineage bestowed great might and stature, but also rendered them a grave danger to mankind. They symbolize the merger of divine authority with human vulnerabilities, leading to a formidable force that bred strife and destruction. Their arrival heralded a chaotic epoch, disrupting societal norms and sparking catastrophic wars. Their existence plunged humanity into disarray, warning of the perils of overstepping the divine human boundary. The ancient text on giants captivates not merely through its age, but through its distinct content, chronicling profound human and giant corruption. Its pages recount chilling narratives of unchecked greed and violent deeds, including cannibalism. Every tale is written with an intense style, drawing readers into a shadowy realm where destruction and redemption are interwoven. The distinctiveness of this book lies not just in the prophetic dreams of the giants, but also in the warnings of a cataclysmic flood. These dreams vividly illustrate the tenuousness of their existence and their cosmic significance. Divinity and humanity engage in a chaotic interplay where each decision shapes a shared tragedy, culminating in redemption amid unavoidable ruin. This book transcends mythology, serving as a cautionary reminder of humanity's latent potential and the catastrophic consequences of its misuse. It weaves the mystical and the real into a seamless narrative, evoking fear while imparting profound lessons about the delicate balance between virtue and vice, creation and destruction. The epic unfolds around the Great Flood, inviting readers into a mysterious realm. At its heart is Enoch, a paragon of virtue and intellect, mediating between divine entities and giants. Figures like Hoya, Ha, and Maui are vividly portrayed with fates entwined under the looming specter of divine wrath. Although fragmented into disparate texts, the book conjures recognizable biblical themes, offering a mythical landscape where history and legend intertwine. Despite its richness, the Book of Giants was ultimately excluded from biblical scripture. This exclusion stemmed from the deliberate process of canonization, where religious authorities faced the delicate task of curating texts that adhered to the doctrinal framework of their faith communities. Works like the Book of Giants, characterized by unconventional and contentious themes, may have fallen short of the necessary criteria. Canonization demanded unanimous agreement on the text's origins, credibility, and compatibility with communal beliefs. The book, with its narratives of angelic human unions, moral decay, and devastation, likely conflicted with the idealized notions of sanctity and virtue upheld by religious custodians. Hence, complex works like the Book of Giants were excluded, not only for their challenging themes, but also for their incongruity with the foundational values of emerging religious traditions. Over time, these writings were forgotten, excluded from the mainstream narrative of religious history. The book was left out of the Bible as it did not meet the rigorous standards set by religious authorities. A text had to be linked to an apostle or someone with close ties to one, widely accepted by the Christian community, and reflect moral and spiritual teachings to gain recognition. Fascinatingly, this book found a place in Manichaeism, a faith founded by Mani. Mani, raised in southern Mesopotamia within a Jewish Christian sect called the Alans, is thought to have authored a version of this book. His spiritual visions began at 12 years old, steering him toward a path that led to founding his own religion. In Mani's version, the giant's tale resurfaces, enriching the Dead Sea Scrolls with new layers of mysticism and depth. Written in the ancient Aramaic dialect, Sayak, this book introduces a world of mythical creatures, demons cast out of heaven, who descended to earth to sow chaos. It depicts not merely a clash between divine powers and darkness, but a deeper struggle between the celestial and the terrestrial, salvation and destruction. Leading this battle are the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, celebrated figures in religious lore and key players in the fight against darkness. These archangels command heavenly forces in grand conflicts, striving to restore the balance of light and dark. The narrative mirrors humanity's perennial dilemmas about morality, choices, and their repercussions. It explores the line between good and evil, questioning the role of giants, creatures of immense power, but also agents of potential chaos and disorder. The battle signifies not only monumental supernatural conflicts, but also the moral decisions people face daily. The giants in the story wield extraordinary strength and divine knowledge, but channel these gifts toward destruction instead of aiding humanity. The tale follows two protagonists, Hoya and Ha, tormented by visions predicting catastrophic events, including a great flood. Enoch explains that this flood is a divine act of purification to rid the world of giants and the wicked. A group of angels, known as the Watchers, abandoned their divine mission and fell to earthly temptations, forming unions with humans and giving rise to the Nephilim, giant offspring. The Nephilim began destroying Earth, driving humanity toward extinction. Their arrival brought chaos, wreaking havoc on both the environment and society. Amid the turmoil, a glimmer of hope appeared, as some giants organized into tribes, yearning for stability and safety in their chaotic world. Dreams of redemption and ancient prophecies began to influence their minds. Mai, a tribal leader, shared his dreams of an approaching great flood and strange names like Noah and his sons that appeared in his visions. Oya, a respected and powerful figure, opposed Mai's interpretation of the dreams, claiming they were warnings meant for the fallen angels, such as Azazel, who had corrupted humanity and were now facing divine punishment. Despite Oya's influence, Mai remained restless, questioning the blame placed on their ancestors. Disturbed by haunting dreams, he sought out Enoch, renowned for his wisdom, to uncover the meaning behind these troubling omens. Against the objections of Hoya, another powerful giant, Mai persisted in his quest. However, even Enoch could not provide a complete interpretation, and tensions among the giants escalated to a breaking point. As Gabriel unleashed divine judgment and the great flood consumed the earth, the giants faced their inevitable demise. In a desperate act of defiance, Hoya fought Leviathan, a monstrous sea creature, but could not escape the wrath of the divine. As he succumbed to exhaustion and the rising floodwaters, Hoya realized that regret could not save them. The flood obliterated the world, sparing only Noah and the creatures aboard the ark. The giants, once rulers of the world, became cursed remnants, doomed to wander in unrest. The Book of Giants is a mystical text with various versions, each offering distinct perspectives and lessons. One version was discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947, written in ancient Aramaic, while another version is attributed to Mani, the founder of Gnosticism. However, both versions are fragmented, leaving only fragments of the tale and its cryptic messages. The story focuses on the giants' transgressions and their ultimate downfall. While the details vary, Enoch's forewarning of divine judgment for their sins is a recurring theme. Yet the conclusion remains open-ended, inviting speculation about the fates of Mai and Hoya, the pivotal figures of the tale. The missing pieces in the text enhance its allure, drawing those fascinated by ancient mysteries, the clashes between angels and beasts, and the tension between divine forces and humanity. While the end of Hoya and Ha might be predictable, a Manichaean interpretation offers a clearer resolution, showcasing an intense battle between Hoya, Ha, descendants of Samyaza, and the sea monster Leviathan, symbolizing the ultimate clash between good and evil. Enoch, the pivotal figure, acts as a cryptic symbol, abstaining from direct involvement, yet serving as a messenger of God. In the Book of Enoch, he is uniquely portrayed as someone who ascends to heaven without dying, sparking numerous speculations. With his divine connection, Enoch represents holiness and a bridge between heaven and humanity, particularly in delivering God's judgment to the fallen angels who gave rise to the sinful Nephilim giants. Despite Enoch's efforts to inspire redemption, the fallen angels' rejection sealed their doom, making the tale profoundly tragic. In the Book of Giants, Enoch maintains his mediatory role, striving to reconcile the giants with heaven. He brings a glimmer of hope to the offspring of the Watchers, though he knows that divine forgiveness is unlikely. Amid a world descending into turmoil, Enoch works to pacify divine anger and relay a message of salvation, though his words often fall on deaf ears. Enoch's position as an intermediary highlights his significance as a bridge between divine judgment and human salvation, even though the story ultimately concludes with punishment for the wayward. In this apocalyptic narrative, Enoch shines as a figure of justice and wisdom. In a realm consumed by sin and violence, he stands as a beacon of hope, leading the way toward divine understanding and righteousness. Enoch's ascension to heaven symbolizes not just a reward for personal virtue, but a testament to the enduring belief in justice and the power of righteous actions, even in the bleakest times. His role as a divine emissary and a symbol of hope resonates with those who uphold faith in God's justice. Conversely, the giants, identified as Nephilim in the Book of Enoch, represent the shadows of moral corruption and decay. With their extraordinary power and size, they tarnish the world they inhabit, embodying the collapse of ethical values. These beings, driven by primal instincts and devoid of reason, epitomize a loss of humanity and dignity. Their destructive tendencies serve as a stark warning against the disintegration of moral and natural order, which, if left unchecked, could lead to chaos. The Nephilim giants emerge as symbols of unchecked ambition and power, warning of the devastation they can bring when humanity succumbs to such temptations. The danger they brought was not merely physical, but extended to the erosion of fundamental moral principles, reducing humanity to a state where distinguishing right from wrong became impossible. Within this chaos, Enoch stood as a beacon of resilience, upholding ethics and justice against a backdrop of corruption and looming extinction. The narrative of Enoch and the giants is a profound metaphor for the ongoing battle between righteousness and depravity, justice and degradation. Enoch's embodiment of virtue and wisdom contrasts sharply with the giants' representation of decay and violence, symbolizing the eternal human struggle with free will and destiny. This tale, laden with rich symbolism and unresolved questions, continues to intrigue academics and believers, shedding light on the universe, human identity, and the divine connection. A unique aspect of the Book of Giants is its depiction of these beings with a human-like depth, showcasing emotions and fears akin to those of humans. Rather than being portrayed as mere monstrous figures, the giants are revealed as entities capable of feeling fear, doubt, and an earnest desire for redemption. Ma, in particular, is portrayed as a figure searching for guidance and solutions to his dilemmas, reflecting the human capacity for introspection and transformation, even in a world teetering on the edge of catastrophe. The narrative explores not only external destruction, but also internal battles, emphasizing the giant's yearning for change and salvation amidst darkness and judgment. Yet, critics suggest that the giant's actions, including those of Ma, stem from self-serving motives rather than genuine faith or a heartfelt plea for forgiveness. This disparity between the depiction of giants in the Book of Giants and other texts, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls, prompts significant questions about repentance, human nature, and the possibility of redemption. Can the giants overcome their past, or are they destined to fall victim to their own transgressions? The ethical ambiguity of this tale enriches its complexity, urging readers to ponder the essence of morality, the impact of individual choices, and the scope for redemption. It transcends a simple good versus evil narrative, imparting lessons on responsibility, sacrifice, and transformation, reflecting the internal struggles inherent in all beings. The giants' portrayal is not merely a commentary on their brutal deeds, but also a reflection of their survival instincts and selfish focus on self-preservation. This lack of awareness regarding their actions' repercussions underscores their failure to exhibit genuine remorse for their sins. As a result, their prayers remain unanswered, and their ultimate fate is annihilation. Despite recognizing their wrongdoings, the giants cannot transcend their egos or grasp the extent of their destructive influence. The introduction of Gilgamesh adds a layer of complexity, linking the narrative to Middle Eastern mythology, particularly the Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh. This integration not only enriches the story's cultural depth, but also establishes connections to broader ancient mythological traditions. In his epic, Gilgamesh is portrayed as a powerful yet introspective king, seeking wisdom and confronting mortality, bringing added depth to the narrative of the giants and their ties to ancient ideals. This interaction with diverse cultures highlights the story's rich cultural exchanges and influences. Gilgamesh's role in the tale of the giants emphasizes both his immense strength and his hesitation before divine power, serving as a testament to the unassailable authority of God as depicted in the Bible. Despite his legendary strength and courage, Gilgamesh is cautious in the face of divine omnipotence. This delivers a poignant message about the limits of human power and the supremacy of God's will. The contrast between the giants' fixation on their survival and Gilgamesh's philosophical view of strength further underscores the narrative's exploration of power. The giants prioritize self-preservation, ignoring the destructive effects of their actions on the world. In contrast, Gilgamesh, though nearly divine and incredibly brave, confronts challenges head-on, demonstrating a profound understanding of mortality and the inevitability of destiny. This enriches the narrative, prompting readers to consider humanity's place in the cosmos and the balance between personal ambition and universal order. In the Mesopotamian epic of Gilgamesh, the hero is depicted as a being of immense strength who seeks to overcome mortality. His journey, marked by encounters with divine and monstrous figures, leads to an epiphany about life's brevity and the true nature of immortality, achieved through acceptance rather than defiance. In the Book of Giants, as preserved in the Dead Sea Scrolls, Gilgamesh acts as a symbol of wisdom and strength, comforting Oya about his troubling dreams by interpreting them as warnings for the rulers of the world, rather than threats against the giants. Through his clarity and wisdom, Gilgamesh becomes a stabilizing presence in the midst of chaos, guiding others to confront existential truths about fate and existence with courage and understanding. These events not only shed light on the struggles of the giants, but also emphasize Enoch's pivotal role as a mediator between the divine and the mortal. The giants' reliance on Enoch, a human rather than a god, for guidance highlights their desperation and underscores Enoch's unique position as a bridge between two worlds. Enoch, with his profound wisdom and divine connections, became a symbol of justice and understanding, making him the only figure the giants could rely on in their time of crisis. As they faced despair and unavoidable judgment, the giants realized that only Enoch could help them grasp the magnitude of their deeds and the imminent reckoning. This underscores Enoch's pivotal role, not just in the giants' story, but also in the broader apocalyptic narrative, where the fate of salvation or destruction depends on dialogue between humanity and the divine. Ma's quest to meet Enoch stands out as a remarkable part of the tale, depicted as an interstellar journey through multiple realms and challenges. His need to cross the sun to reach Enoch symbolizes both his fervent desire for answers and his resolute determination amid despair and chaos. This cosmic journey heightens the mystical and epic nature of the story, while emphasizing Enoch's indispensable role as a guiding light of wisdom. The Book of Enoch describes Enoch's journeys through perilous domains, guided by angels, establishing a parallel to Ma's Odyssey. Enoch's ability to fly, as often depicted, resonates with the giants in the Dead Sea Scrolls, hinting at an inherited trait from their celestial ancestors. Despite their intelligence and signs of civilization, the giants lack a clear understanding of natural laws, demonstrated by their reckless act of flying near the sun, a dangerous endeavor leading to inevitable catastrophe. This naivety deepens the narrative, juxtaposing their immense strength with their profound ignorance of nature's perils. The dynamic between Ma and Enoch, highlighted by Enoch's inability to provide immediate answers, reveals the intricate relationships among humans, giants, and divine beings. While Enoch possesses extraordinary knowledge, he serves as a mediator rather than an omnipotent judge, dependent on divine guidance himself. The unpredictability of seeking knowledge, especially amidst troubling visions and foreboding signs, underscores the fragility of wisdom, even among beings with divine connections. The giants' encounter with the Watcher's tablet, chronicling their forebears' downfall, symbolizes a conflicted destiny, as it suggests their fate may be similarly sealed. However, the tablet carries a glimmer of hope for redemption, a possibility denied to their parents, the Watchers. This notion introduces the idea that despite immense power and divine intervention, forgiveness and repentance remain viable paths. It raises philosophical questions about free will and the potential for salvation, even under the shadow of predestined ruin. This complexity is what makes the Book of Giants particularly intriguing. It not only offers detailed insights into the Nephilim, but also expands the understanding of these enigmatic beings, shedding light on dimensions often overlooked in ancient scriptures. As a unique example of Jewish apocalyptic literature, the text weaves tales of catastrophic events with reflections on the era's religious beliefs and philosophies. It presents a world where cosmic battles are intertwined with moral decline and the intricate interplay between humanity and the divine. In both the Dead Sea Scrolls and Manichaean traditions, these texts examine vital themes like angels' capacity to act independently of divine will, the perilous consequences of their interactions with humans, and the catastrophic impact the giants had on the world. These narratives are not just warnings about corruption and destruction, but also invitations to contemplate the essence of power, free will, and the responsibility of supernatural beings. The Book of Giants transcends mythology, offering a profound lesson on salvation, wisdom, and the boundaries of divine authority. It underscores the importance of divine laws and order as the cornerstone of universal stability. When powerful entities like giants or fallen angels break these laws, they unleash dire consequences that affect not only themselves, but the entire world. This story prompts reflection on humanity's relationship with the divine, emphasizing how our actions and decisions influence life and the environment. Disrupting natural order and ignoring moral principles inevitably lead to chaos. The giants, despite their immense power, could not evade the consequences of their violations, enduring divine judgment and witnessing the collapse of a world they failed to control. By depicting the battle between light and darkness, corruption and redemption, the Book of Giants teaches that every deed carries significant implications. It urges us to act with awareness and recognize that we must align with the universe's moral and spiritual principles to sustain balance and harmony. And ultimately, this narrative challenges us to consider, what kind of legacy are we leaving behind by ignoring the sacred and natural laws that govern existence? This question compels us to take responsibility for maintaining universal order and inspires us to contribute to a more just and harmonious world. The Book of Giants reminds us of the need for self-reflection and the acknowledgement of our actions' impact on the world we share. Thank you for staying with us throughout this video. Though it was longer than usual, we aim to provide a clear explanation of these key ideas before addressing the main topic. We deeply value your support and are grateful for being part of this growing community. Stay well, and we'll see you in the next video.